Prep Baseball reports 14 U national championships and Southern Select at LakePoint Sports this past weekend with a perfect game amid some absolute standout performances. Here to wrap it up, Cory McCartney, joined by PBR Georgia Scouting Director Phil Kerber. Phil, welcome back in.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm enjoying these weekly calls that we're doing.
Now, a lot to choose from across these two tournaments, but give me the players that stood out to you.
Yeah, we'll start with the PBR 14U National Championships. Had about 45 teams from across the Southeast and a couple Northeast teams come down, and really starting with the East Cobb Astros, who took the championship. Their leadoff man, Isaiah Drake, the younger brother of Kenyon Drake, the Arizona Cardinals running back, looks just as athletic as his brother does, which is really saying something. Hit leadoff the entire tournament, and he was just smacking balls around the park. On the first day, hit a inside the park home run, hit a triple off the wall. And then when he's not getting extra base hits, if he's getting a single, on those next two pitches, he's taking second and third. I mean, he easily had 10-plus stolen bases on the weekend. It was just a really impressive display from the 2023, and there's definitely big things in store for him ahead as he progresses and gets older and starts to put on some more strength. It was really, really good weekend for him. And also from the East Cobb Astros, left-handed pitcher Drew Sofield, Towns County, 2024. This was our first time seeing him. I'd heard some things about him, but 6'1", 180, gets on the mound and 84, 85, which when you think about 2024, that's pretty impressive velocity out of a young player like that. And then he backs it up with a curveball and a changeup that were, going to be swing and miss pitches as he gets older and gets a little more feel for that. So those two definitely stood out from the 14U PBR National Championships to me. And changing gears to the Southeast Select, there was a lot of really, really talented players at that one. It was hard for me to cut down to four, but we're going to go with the Kaleb Cost, outfielder, 2023, Sandy Creek, nephew of Andre Dawson. Just a super athlete, just like Drake. The kid, right-handed hitter. Just another kid that was making loud contact to the pull side all weekend long, and really, really similar to Drake, as I said, just gets on the bases and automatically you're thinking he's stealing second, he's stealing third. He even had a straight steal of home, which against a right-handed pitcher with a left-handed hitter in the box, which is basically kind of like the opposite of what you think when you're going to do a straight steal of home. But he got in there, and it was just an impressive slide under the tag and everything. And he's, I think this weekend was really a big coming out party for him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he commits in the next week or two. And he's also a standout football player. So you could see him playing football and baseball at the next level. And then from the Game On Vipers, we've seen that a couple times over the past few weeks. But the one that really stood out was right-handed pitcher Caden Spivey out of Vidalia High School. He came to our underclass games back in early June and was up to 90, sitting 88-90. Comes out on Sunday in their bracket play game and is 88-91 in the first inning. We'd seen him before, and he hadn't really showed the off speed that much. Well, this outing was completely different. He was really taking his game to the next level, using a split change and a slider that's coming in at 81-82. You couple that with the velocity that he's bringing, that's just a deadly combination. And then he's got this tumbling splitter that they all really just mesh together well. He threw a complete game shutout. In the seventh inning was still 87-88. And from talking with their coach, he was a kid that was kind of like a bullpen arm in high school. And then they hadn't really extended him much. So to come out 7 innings and do 87-88 and into the seventh was very, very impressive. And another game from Game On Stealth 16U team, Justin Thomas. They've been here every weekend. They're back-to-back champs now. They won the PBR Classic last weekend. They took home the Southeast Select this weekend. He's arguably been one of the best hitters we've had in the park every weekend. If I go back and look at the stats, he's probably hitting over 600. Hits out of the leadoff spot and just barrels baseballs. He just squares them up, goes right back up the middle with it, and just constantly getting hits. Great hand-eye coordination, all that, and he's a great athlete. So gets on the bases again, another guy that that first or second pitch, he's taking second base. And then when he gets in the outfield, there's virtually nothing he can't track down. So really, really impressed with Thomas, and he deserves some attention going forward for sure. And lastly, from the Game On Stealth 17U team, a recent Kennesaw State commit, left-handed pitcher Tyler Franks out of West Lawrence High School. Again, Game On's been here the past couple of weeks, and we've seen Franks on the mound. He's got big left-handed arm, up to 90, 91, breaking ball, changeup, all that. And the thing that we hadn't seen was the ability to throw strikes. This weekend was a totally different story. He was pounding the strike zone, just going at guys, going away, low, up, in, all the whole package there. You know, he had a couple pro scouts out here getting a look at him. So I think he's a guy that if he continues to throw strikes, given his frame, and he's 6'4", 180, and has yet to fill out. It's one of those frames where you look at it and you just kind of can dream on that and think, yeah, like you can mold this kid into basically anything you want at this point. So he's got, if he just keeps doing what he's doing, he's got a really bright future as well.
Yeah, Justin Thomas, an exceptional athlete. You mentioned it there, but that's 16U game on self squad. Also a 3-run bomb this weekend out of Hudson Lee. So that's just an absolutely impressive squad there. If you missed any of this past weekend's action, dial up LakePoint Live to watch it all on demand. Head over to LakePointSports.com for more info. And be sure to follow Phil on Twitter at PBR Kerber and get everything from the entire PBR Georgia crew at PBR Georgia. Phil, thanks as always.
Thanks for having me on.